So it's become this time in my life.
Oh, man.
I'm not happy about it.
Well, okay.
Just started happening a couple of months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can flip the frame, though, and be thankful we're in a modern technology era where, you know.
It's like, no!
I try and keep my bifocals to myself as much as possible by putting them directly on my eyeballs in the form of multifocal
I've never
contacts.
needed readers before, ever. I've always had amazing eyesight.
Yeah.
But it's when I want to look at something on my phone or the computer, I'm like, oh, shoot. Here we go. Here we go. All right.
Man.
Just do what you gotta do, I suppose. All right, let me find the lovely Gina Powers here on social media.
Here with you by my side, I can't.
Such a fun song.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, the full band stuff will be fun. I'm excited.
Me too. I'm excited to hear your take. You know what I mean? Your take, yeah. Impression, interpretation, whatever it is.
Hey, make sure you mark your calendars because
All
coming up
right.
Thursday, May 15th, is the 6th annual Fix It Forward Fest at the 52nd Avenue shop. Matthew, what are we going to be getting into at Fix It Forward Fest?
Oh, we've got a huge car show.
I was trying to get me the dunk tank at this event. Nobody wants to see Travis sweat. We don't want that.
Bring your coffee, you won't care.
What's that?
Bring a hot coffee, you won't care.
The team from both Fix It Forward Auto Care and Fix It Forward Ministry, it's just like a local block party.
It's a great way to kind of kick off the summer, and we hope you can join us. For more details, where can they find that?
Go to fixitforwardautocare.com or fixitforwardministry.com or find us on social media.
Radio Free Fargo, 95.9 KRFF. You're tuned into this side of country with Trav. We're powered by Fix It Forward Auto Care. Our good friend Gina Powers is back, and she's got a block of shows. She's doing lots of exciting things, and I believe we're going to have some new music soon. And to tell us all about what she's up to, we got our good friend Gina Powers. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Always so good to see you, my friend.
It's always good to see you.
How's pre-summer going so far? What are we up to these days?
Well, we're looking at writing, releasing, doing shows, getting
Amazing.
adjusted back in Fargo.
Yeah.
Excited to be back in my home area.
Yeah, you were going back and forth between Nashville for a while there.
Right. So like a significant time, like 3 years, you know?
Yeah.
And then last summer and part of the winter, I did a residency down in South Dakota. And then I spent a bulk of the winter down in Florida and Georgia and Tennessee doing shows and having a blast. And so, so I decided I'd like to come home now.
Yeah, well, we miss having you around here.
Thanks.
And there ain't no show like a Gina Powers show, too, that's for
thank
sure.
you.
You got any music you said you're working on?
We've got a new song that's going to be coming out, and it's pretty darn exciting.
It sure is.
I can't say a ton about it, but I will tell you that it has to do with whiskey, and it has to do with Wednesday.
Country and whiskey. I mean, what are two things that go hand in hand? Any better than that? I would think.
Right.
That's fun to see. Do you have a whiskey story? Is that what the song is about here? A bad whiskey story, or what's kind of the direction you're taking?
It's more a vibe.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because about midweek, we get to where we really need to, as the chorus line says, head on down to that Whiskey River, get high and sail away.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I like that you referenced Whiskey River.
Yeah.
That's such a classic song as well, too.
It is.
I
yeah.
love that.
And nobody could rewrite Whiskey River. I mean, that is just what it is.
It's an amazing song. What I love, too, is really in the last couple of years, you have come out with some pretty amazing music. Some really heartfelt stuff, some really meaningful stuff. But now we're shifting gears here and we're going to whiskey.
That's right.
I like it.
When you get in your feels too long, you have to have a shot.
I totally get that. Well, in studio, you brought a special guest. Introduce us and tell us about the relationship you have here.
I am so excited because I have my friend Krista Hess.
Hello.
Krista, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Now, she is from Indianapolis, but I met her on stage literally at a gig in Nashville.
Okay.
I believe it was my very first Nashville downtown gig, actually.
I think so,
yeah.
I think it was.
And she rips on this guitar and then comes out with this angelic voice that's just so, and I was just like, who in the heck? I have never seen such a thing. So I just became, of course, an instant fan.
Yeah.
And then, I got to know her as a human being and thought, this is just a good human being. I want to make music
We
with her.
gotta be pals.
Yeah, so I'm going to turn it over to Krista and let you ask her whatever.
Heck yeah. Well, Krista, nice to meet you.
Nice
Thanks for
to meet
making
you,
time and joining us here on 95.9. What is it that you're out there trying to do in Nashville as well? Are you singing, songwriting, performing? Are you a gigging musician, a songwriter? What's kind of the goal for you out there while you're in Nashville?
So I'm more of a gigging musician full time. I
Yeah.
play Broadway full time as a guitar player, and then I'll do background vocals or I'll cover just a couple songs.
Sure.
But yeah, so I play Broadway and I kind of freelance, like bebopping between bands.
Yeah. The artists that you play with, are there names that we've known, or is it artists like that are up and coming, or just kind of a variety of everybody that you do gigs with?
It's kind of a variety. Most of what I do is cover bands.
You sure?
So yeah.
So
And then I'll do a couple of artist gigs on the side,
Yeah.
like work with very talented people like Gina, and I'm working with someone named Colby Oakley this summer,
okay.
going on the road with him.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Very nice. What kind of started the whole music direction for you in your life?
So I got started playing guitar later when I was around 15,
Yeah.
and it was when I found blues music, when I first
Yes.
heard Stevie Ray Vaughan play.
Oh, yeah.
And from there, I started listening to B.B. King, and I started listening to Eric Clapton and all these blues guys. And so that was my start at the beginning.
Love
was blues. And
Yeah.
from there, I went into classic rock and really, really fell in love with the instrument.
Yeah, absolutely. How long have you been playing now?
Let's see. I would like to say around 15 years.
About 15 years. Do you
Yeah.
remember your first guitar and the moment that felt like for you?
My first guitar wasn't even full size. It was it was 3/4 size, all black, which I loved. I named it Cadence. That was the name of it.
Yeah.
And it had just one measly pickup at the bridge, but it did the job.
Yeah.
I loved that thing. I played my first, I started to take lessons later, and we did like a student band at an arcade.
Oh, very cool.
So I played some of my first, I guess, gigs
Yeah.
with that and with my friends, and great memories.
You said you're originally from Indianapolis.
Yes.
And you're in Nashville now.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been in Nashville? And as a musician, why did you choose Nashville to be the industry town that you decided to go and take a whack at it?
So I've been in Nashville for, let's see, how long has it been? Been 12 years.
12 years
since
now.
I've been in Nashville.
Okay.
And I moved there. I knew that I wanted to do music coming
Yeah.
out of high school.
Sure.
I knew that I wanted to study music in college.
Yeah.
So originally I wanted to maybe study classical voice because I had been in choirs all my life.
Oh, sure.
And but the more passionate I became about playing guitar, the more conflicted I felt because there weren't any, I guess, programs that catered towards that, like more commercial side of guitar. It was more classical, and I wanted to play like commercial gigs
Yeah.
and cover gigs and rock music and things like that.
Of
So
course.
then my parents and I discovered Belmont University in Nashville, and they had this whole commercial music program
Yeah.
that sort of catered to like the more gigging musician side of things.
Right.
And so we looked into it and we did a tour of the campus,
Yeah.
and I fell in love with it, and
I love
I
that.
said, Mom and Dad, this is what I want to do. I want to move to Nashville and play guitar.
And be a rock star.
And be a rock star. And here you are playing guitar, and you're doing background vocals, and you're doing so many shows with so many different folks. Is there a song that has ever just challenged you on guitar? You're like, ooh, challenge accepted, but we're gonna get this one.
Yes. Last year with Colby, who the guy I'm going on the road with, we do some like hard rock, not hard rock, but more classic rock covers,
Yeah.
and one of them was "Hot for Teacher"
Yes.
by Van Halen.
Oh my, well, of course.
And, of course, right? And that one, I had to spend a considerable amount of time.
Yeah.
Just every day.
But you're out
just
there nailing Eddie Van Halen licks. I can't
I know,
believe
it's
it's
like-
amazing. That's awesome. And then, so are you bringing the Van Halen vibe over to a Gina Powers show here?
Yes.
How does
here as tastefully as I can.
I can't wait to hear Extraordinary Life with some Van Halen licks in there. That's going to be fun. So you're in town now for about a week.
Yes.
You're doing some shows. Tell me a little bit about what made you want to bring Krista to Fargo and be a part of what we're doing here.
Well, first of all, I love the opportunity to play with amazing musicians.
Yes.
And clearly, And, you know, she is
Yes.
one of those, and who loves music for music's sake
Yeah.
as much as I do. I love the idea of the fact that I don't see a lot of lead guitar females, and I love that she
Amen.
also
Yes.
can bring that vibe as well and be a model to other young women who are looking at guitar and wanting to fall in love with guitar or are.
So what is the plan? You've got some gigs in the area now for the next week, correct?
Correct. We've
Right.
got Staples, Minnesota on Saturday. We're doing like a stripped down kind of Alanis acoustic
Cool.
set that follows a short showcase of original music from our friend and local Kari Marie.
Yeah.
And Scarlett Woods, who's a gal out of Duluth area.
You are just pulling all the female talent. I mean, every single one of you. Holy cow.
That Staples show, the credit for the convening of the ladies is all Kari Marie. I
Dang.
just get to participate. And
Yeah.
I was really excited that that was the first date that worked out so that Krista could come up and make it worth her while to spend some
Awesome.
time. I wanted to show her. Plus, she's my friend, and I wanted to hang out with her.
Yeah.
So, and so then we'll be at Dempsey's on Wednesday.
Next week,
Wednesday
Wednesday.
night.
Okay.
Yep, downtown right here in Fargo.
Is that a full band show?
It's a full band show with the
Ooh.
GPB. Excited.
Yeah.
Might have some special guests stop by just because, you
Oh,
know,
sure.
why not? And, you know, a Gina and Friends thing is always a possibility whenever we're playing.
Ain't no show like a Gina Powers and Friends show, I'm telling
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then, then Krista and I are going to head to Castleton to the Vets Club,
Oh, cool.
and we're going to play a duo.
Awesome.
And then we are in Cushing, Minnesota at the Two Tall Tavern on Friday and Saturday night next week.
Okay.
And then she heads home to Nashville. I dry my eyes
Yeah.
and say goodbye.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I head over to the hockey arena to sing the national anthem for the deputies, a celebrity hockey
That's fantastic.
thing that they do for fundraising.
So obviously got some gigs here, and we want to make sure we get everybody in the right direction so they can go out there and see the show, especially with Krista here in town. Where can we find you on social media so we can send them that direction?
I try and make it easy.
Yeah.
Gina Powers Music.
Gina Powers Music.
And
Facebook,
if you, it's the
Instagram.
one with the everywhere. And if you're on Facebook, it's the one with the little guitar logo. You can always tell it's me if there's a little guitar logo.
Absolutely. You're
Yeah.
in town. You're doing some shows.
Yeah.
So what do you do to kind of show her around? Where are you going to take her to go? This is Fargo. It may not be in Nashville, but it's a Fargo. You got to check this out. You got to check that out. Where are we taking Krista here?
Well, definitely excited to be able to take her downtown.
Yeah.
On the way back from Castleton, if we still got the energy of rock stars, and we may, would love to take her down to the open mic and let her get a chance to see
Yeah.
and participate in some of the local talent stuff we do here.
Sounds like a blast.
It doesn't that sound
Yeah.
fun? Yeah. And then just a few things. I want to take her over to Prairie Kitchen. You know, they're such a great support.
Yes.
They do so much to support the neighborhood church and their feeding program and
Yes.
that benefit. And so just kind of show her what we're all about. Lots
Absolutely.
of parks. Gonna try and kayak. I think the weather's gonna be good enough.
Ooh, Okay.
So I don't know if anybody's got suggestions. Send me a message on your favorite social
you
media
can always
platform.
come to Fix It Forward Fest on Thursday and maybe volunteer yourself to be in the dunk tank. I'm just saying.
I think I heard how that's a bucket list moment for you, Travis, and I wouldn't want to take
They're
it away.
trying. They're trying.
I wouldn't want to take it away. I'm not selfish like that.
I'm so glad you're in town, and I'm so excited that we get to see you perform with Gina. And thanks to artists like Gina here, we've been known to be the Nashville of the North. We really do have an exciting live music scene up here. And again, Gina's been a big part of really getting that going in this community. So I'm glad you get to come up here and see what we're doing, and I hope you have a good time. And we look forward to seeing you perform the next
Yes,
couple
thank you.
of shows here. That's going to
I'm
be
excited
exciting.
to be here. I'm excited to learn more about it, have her show me around, and
So, Krista, in your words, I've never been to Nashville. You just heard before we went on the mic. I've never been there. I should be there. I know many artists and things like that, but I've never been. I come down to Nashville. What do I got to see first? We're here busy telling you what you got to do in Fargo. I come down there. What's the first thing I got to do?
well, you have the Broadway scene
Yeah.
downtown,
Yeah.
which is more of a tourist location, and that can be really fun for cover bands. My favorite places down there is like Robert's Western World, which is more like Western swing, old country,
Cool.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then, but I would say if you're wanting to hear more original music, more local artists, go to the local or go to like a bus call, a whiskey jam.
Sure.
They have like songwriter rounds and
Yeah.
stuff there. So
Fantastic. Where can we find you on social media as well so we can follow along with your amazing journey?
Instagram, I'm on Instagram. It's just Krista0Hess. That's my handle.
Okay. And you're
Yes.
on? Are you on Facebook, the TikToks, the Twitters, anything
No,
like that?
just Instagram.
Just doing the Instagram thing.
Just
She's
keeping
too
it
busy
simple.
playing.
She's too busy doing
She
real
doesn't
stuff.
have time to manage the social media.
Oh my gosh.
Not super
Do you-
active, but
But do you say social media plays a big part in making sure that people are getting to know you as an artist, as a guitar player, and getting out there and supporting you? It plays a big role, though, wouldn't you say?
it does.
Yeah. Well, that's very cool. We're going to find you on Instagram. We're going to follow you along, and we're going to especially see how Gina's showing you around Fargo here and all the cool shows
Sounds
you're going to be
good.
doing. Appreciate you making time. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Gina,
Thanks
love
for
having you. It's always a treat when you're in studio. Thanks for making time and introducing us to Krista as well.
Thanks for letting us come in.
Absolutely.
One of these days when I go back down, we'll have to do a takeover, and Krista and I can
Please.
show you around
Wait,
downtown.
let's make that a plan.
Let's do
Let's
it.
just
Let's do
get
it.
Travis down there, finally. I don't know what's taken me so long.
Me neither.
Good to see you both.
Take care.
All right, don't go anywhere. We got more music on the way, and stick around because there's something for everyone here on Radio Free Fargo. You can check out the schedule. You can listen online. We're streaming live 24/7 at radiofreefargo.org. Hey, you, have a great rest of your weekend.
Bye, everybody.